Hey, what's happening? Paul Ingram here, College Center. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some spear fighting basics, some basic exercises, so that way we can start developing some handling skills, some basic handling skills with the spear, or sabot. Grab a training spear. If you don't have a spear like this one, that's okay. If you don't have a training spear like this one, that is also okay. You don't need it. Just go ahead and grab any kind of long stick. If you don't have a long rattan stick like this, that's okay. Just go ahead and grab a broomstick or a PVC pipe, anything just like that. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button right now. Also make sure to click the bell so that way you're notified of all of our future upcoming videos, so that way you don't miss any training. And if you've been with us for a while and you really like our videos and appreciate everything that I'm doing over here for you guys, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that way I know you appreciate the video and you want to see more lessons on the spear. Alright, before we go any further, let me go ahead and go into my superpower mode. Sun is going down, so I want to make sure that you guys can see me while I'm explaining everything. In this video, I'm going to be using a short spear. You can use a short spear or a long spear with all of these drills, all these exercises. It's perfectly fine. First exercise, first technique. We're going to be looking at the short thrust. We're going to do 2 different thrusts, and then we're also going to be looking at basic slash. Okay, so from here, all these drills can be done with the right hand forward as well as with the left hand forward. In Kali, we have the ambidexterity, being able to fight off of both sides. Primarily, we are going to be focusing on the right hand forward, and in this video, I'm going to be doing everything right hand forward, so that way it's all uniform with the cameras and the different angles. All right, so from here, first technique is we're going to take a look at the thrust. The spear primary tactic is the thrust, not the slash. Just like on the knife, the closest relative weapon to the spear is the knife, and the primary tactic of the knife is the thrust. The secondary tactic is the slash. So same thing when it comes to the spear. We want to use the length of this weapon to protect us while we can attack and successfully take our opponent out with the length of this weapon. Okay, if we come into these big slashes first, that opens us up to be countered with their very fast, precise, and accurate thrusts. First thrust, we're going to take a look at the short thrust first. When we're in this position, right hand forward, right foot forward, we want to make sure that our left hand is near the hip, right hand is up somewhere around the plexus, and that tip of that weapon is menacing our opponent right between their eyes. And it's also protecting our own eyes. So we don't want the tip to be low that exposes our face and has our face open. It's going to be too hard to get this thing up in time. Okay? When I'm high in this position, okay, I can protect my head, and I can still come low to protect my legs if I really needed to, even though most of that is protected by footwork. So from this position, we're going to isolate the short thrust, no footwork. Let's just work the basic weapon technique. From here, I'm going to thrust straight out. My left hand is going to stop right in line with my plexus. As I return to thrust, I want my left hand to drop this back down to the hip. So when we thrust, it's 1, bring it back. 1, bring it back. Thrust, bring it back. Make sure that after you thrust, you don't bring it back and drop the tip of your spear, opening up your face. Keep it up. All right, let's do this thrust 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The second technique on the thrust we're going to take a look at is the long range thrust. Starting off in the exact same position, this time as I go to thrust, same exact mechanics, the hands are going to go ahead and extend. This time the left hand is going to end underneath the right armpit. As I return it, same exact thing, left hand returns back to the hip position. Right there, left hand underneath the armpit, bring it back. Again, that tip is never leaving my eye level. Right there, bring it back. Right there, bring it back. Let's do this long range thrust 10 times together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's look at working a combination where we combine the short thrust and the long thrust. From here, short thrust, bring it back, long thrust, bring it back. All right, that's 1 rep. Short, bring it back, long, bring it back. Let's do 5 of them together. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Now that we got 2 of the fundamental thrust techniques out of the way, let's go ahead and look at some of the basic slashing. Our first slashing on our angle 1. Whenever our weapon ends up kind of coming up, this is an opportunity where we can go ahead and slash. The slash primarily is there to recover the center line in an attacking way, where we are either attacking our opponent's weapon or we are attacking our opponent and closing that center line, because maybe we went to thrust and they blocked it or they parried our weapon and it kind of knocked it off course. Then we need to come back in and close that opening with a slash. All right, let's take a look at our position for our slash. Left hand is at the plexus, right hand is all the way up. If I had the bolo in my hand, this would be the number 1 chamber position, and we're in this position starting out. From here, as I slash down, I'm going to bring my left hand to my hip, right there. Making sure that the tip right now does not go past the center line. We want to protect the center line. Right there, right there, right there, as best as we can. Okay? We don't want to slash this thing all the way down and throw the tip of the weapon into the ground. There are times that we're going fluid and striking with full power like that, but this basic technique is not one of those times. From here, we're using the slash to recover the center line. Let's do this number 1 slash 10 times together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do one more drill together, a combination drill. We're gonna go ahead and slash the 1, long range thrust. Bring it back, slash the 1, long range thrust. Let's do this 5 times together. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. All right, I hope that you enjoyed some of those basic fundamental spear fighting exercises. These are going to help develop a lot of that stability on the upper tip of that weapon. If you're using a spear kind of like mine, it's got a pretty heavy tip on it, which I like training with, just because it helps to build the stabilizer muscles in the forearms and all throughout the torso and everything, to make sure that you can start to stabilize this weapon right here. The spear is a great workout. The spear is great for emphasizing the development of your body mechanics. It's going to make your stick fighting, your bolo stuff, your knife stuff, your empty hand stuff so much faster and so much more powerful just by working the mechanics of the spear. All right, get on out there, go grab a training spear, go grab a staff, go grab a PVC pipe or a broom handle and go give these drills a go. And then I'll see you back here in the next video.